Okay, so what kind of situation is currently NZD CHF giving? Now, on the monthly time frame, what we can see is that clearly the market has been rejecting a very important monthly support area. It was very strong support here, again supported this area, again support here, again support here, and currently the market is rejecting this area again to the upside, basically creating the retracement of this huge move to the downside. Now, if we want to measure a retracement in the market, what are you supposed to be doing? Taking your Fibonacci on the impulse. So from the high to the low of the impulse. And what we can see is that the market already stopped exactly at the 0.786 of the Fibonacci on the impulse. Now, if you're asking yourself, what did the stop exactly there? Because if you look closely, this is exactly the previous support, now turned resistance from a monthly perspective. So we have a perfect level of previous support, now turn resistance, which the market has already rejected from a monthly perspective. If we go down on the weekly time frame, what do we have? Now, on the weekly time frame, we have a completely opposite scenario. We have a market that has created a strong impulse, nice correction, and we can expect the continuation to the upside to break above all structure. And we know that the market started a retracement from here exactly because this was already the structure that we have currently identified on the monthly, but was also a strong supply area from a weekly perspective. Now, if we go down on the daily, what can we see on the daily time frame? On the daily, we can see that the market is currently creating this overextended W formation to test again this strong supply area. And that gives a very good opportunity for a proper move on which we can capitalize in the market. So before I show you how we will be approaching this situation with students, let's go and see what we have at the moment from an NZD and a CHF perspective. Now, if we check what we have from an NZD perspective, we can see that we went clearly from having minus 20k net positions all the way up to having more or less the same amount of longs and shorts from an institutional perspective, 16k longs and 16k shorts. So from having way more shorts than longs with 30k shorts and 9k longs to having the same amount. So clearly NZD has been getting stronger because hedge funds have been longing it, and in fact, it has been aggressively moving to the upside. And if we go and see what we have from a CHF perspective, we can see that CHF at the moment is getting weaker, with net positions decreasing, and in fact, we as well have been seeing the move to the upside also in the short term here on NZD CHF, with the market starting to make this move to the upside. But if the market will make this move, we definitely have the possibility at least to create a retracement. Even if overall the market will continue to the upside, we at least expect a retracement if the market will actually manage to create this overextended W formation ending up in the supply zone. So how we will be approaching this situation with students? If the market will actually manage to create the overextended W formation, then we will be monitoring price action on the 4-hour time frame inside of this area, because obviously everything will be bullish when the market reaches this area. So we will have to wait for the market inside of here to shift from a bullish market to a bearish market. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be with students adding basically a NZD CHF on watch list. And as soon as it will provide one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities for the move to the downside and completion of the pattern at the neckline. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. And I will see you in the next video.